got Rue in the building, artist, producer, man of many talents. Rue, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. Thanks for coming on. So tell the people a little bit today where you're from and how was your upbringing?
Okay, so I grew up in Atlanta.
Okay.
Kind of raised back and forth between Atlanta and Athens. Upbringing was young hood brother, you know, very poor environment, you know, had sort of like a rough upbringing. My mom, dad wasn't around, so I kind of had to figure it out on my own, you know, and pretty much get it out the mud.
Okay. Yeah. Cool, cool. So how did you get your start in music, man?
So I started in music basically when I was a kid, like 9, 10 years old. I was in a band.
Okay.
Played trombone for like 8 years. Got tapped into jazz, then that kind of ran over into doing poetry. And the combination of playing instruments and doing poetry kind of led up to making music and doing records.
Okay. Okay. What were your early influences growing up? Who did you listen to?
As a kid, I listened to a lot of Tupac. That's pretty much on my playlist. My teenage years, more so was Jay-Z, J. Cole, and then now I pretty much just listen to Nipsey Hussle, TDE, the whole TDE. I like Drake. I like the new kid from Dreamville, Jid. Yeah, he pretty good. A lot of other artists, but mainly right now, outside of myself, right now I'm pretty much on like listening to Nipsey, the whole Victory Lap Marathon.
Okay.
Wave right now.
That's cool. That's cool. So I was listening to your song "Self Made." I really liked the concept and everything. It was cool. What was the point in time where you felt like you had to be self-made and really go for yourself and everything? Because you know the music industry is pretty competitive and everything.
Well, I know at 15, I had a lot of stuff going on in my family that I had to separate myself from. So that was like the beginning of this like solo journey in a sense, you know. But where it happened for me, when I realized like, okay, it's really gonna take me doing pretty much all the work in order to make it and define what really self-made is, really when I came into LA 4 years ago.
Okay.
It was a different ball game, it was a different speed, around different people. And so I realized this place, LA, is so, there's a lot going on out here.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of wear a lot of different hats just to kind of support what you really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the people out here are not necessarily the type of people that their first thought is to collaborate.
Yeah.
Because everybody kind of chasing their own dream out here. So that's when I realized like, okay, I gotta kind of give birth to this thing myself using like relationships and business opportunities and stuff like that. So,
Okay, that's cool. So you also tell me you also score films as well.
Yeah.
How did you get into scoring films?
So I got into scoring films. It started for me making beats. And I had to learn how to produce for myself because I could never really get anything consistently going with a producer. So, and then, you know, like any artist, like I got tired of downloading songs from the internet for free and having a tag and everybody talking to your track and all that stuff. So I had to start making my own records. And then once I started making my own records, I went to Los Angeles Film School to get my bachelor's degree in music. And there I learned how to take my production skills to the next level. And it kind of just, I kind of just wanted to test the market to see like, how would it be for me to score a film? Like putting music behind a movie and or commercials and stuff like that. And then I started out doing projects for free for my friends that acted and stuff like that. And then I finally got like my one of my songs placed in a film, upcoming film next year called Her Choice.
Okay, that's cool.
And so that's kind of like how I started there, just testing. You know, it's kind of like testing the market out, kind of seeing what it offered and stuff.
Okay. What were your early film influences growing up? What kind of films did you watch?
My favorite film as a kid was Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay.
I know it's kind of like out of like way back. But I liked a lot of like kung fu. And then I liked a lot of horror. Like action and horror and pretty much that's my early influences. But as far as film, I'm not really a big movie watcher.
Yeah.
You know, so I more so watch it based on the hype. Like if everybody talking about it, and I go watch it. But
Yeah.
I'm not really a movie type of sit down and watch movies. So I don't really have like any favorite movies or anything like that. But Bloodsport, one of my childhood favorites. I watch all the time.
Okay, that's cool. So I see you do a lot of work in the community as well, especially with the veterans and everything. How did you get involved with like giving back to the community and everything you do?
Well, I realized that getting out the military, I served 6 years in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And so I realized when I came to LA, when I first got introduced to Skid Row and how many veterans actually live out there.
Yeah.
And just what we need as like making that transition from being in war and intense environments and stuff like that, and being in a system that's structured with chain of command, to just completely being on the street, trying to like on a scavenger hunt for resources and stuff like that, you know. And I realized a lot of these companies in place, you know, they use us while we're in the military, then we get out and have to fend for ourselves. And if all we knew was team and chain of command and this and that, you know, and then we get out here and we're alone, you know, it could be devastating, you know, and put somebody on the street instantly because they don't know how to move now. They're out of their like habitual way of what they used to do. Yeah. Because the military breaks you down, like they break everybody down to bare minimum, then they build you up in their own unique way. Yeah. Which at the time when I joined the military, I was 18, so that's all I knew. It like grew me as a man. Yeah. And so when I got out, I realized like, okay, how hard it was being in LA, because I have been homeless. I have slept on the street. Yeah. I've slept on Skid Row. I've slept in my car. I slept on friends' couches. So I went through that whole experience. And through that whole experience, trying to figure out how to survive out here, I managed to come across certain companies that do support veterans. Yeah. And like this company called PATH, P-A-T-H. Yeah. And they offer housing. And then other companies that offer food, and then other companies that offer like a low income and groceries, or if you need a ride or something like that. So kind of putting all these different companies into place for myself, I managed to create good relationships within those organizations to provide opportunities for the next veteran that comes out here to make his life or her life a little easier than how it was for me. And then, you know, hopefully that cycle continue to where all the vets that are helped and get to a good point, we can all come together and put something really into play that can be more effective in the companies that we utilize.
So what's your solution for the Black community, since we are Black Solutions and we pride on helping the Black community? What are you trying to do as well with the veterans and everything, just to help out the community?
Man, the main thing I would suggest to help out our community and our people is really what we're doing now. You know, we coming together, we're using each other's platform and resources to expand and to promote and to market our material and stuff like that. You know, when I look at other races, from like being a philanthropist, I get a chance to be around like Chinese and Hispanics and people from all across the country, Italians, French. I just came back from France a few months ago. I met a lot of people up there. And what I'm noticing about these other races and cultures is they have their bond, you know, and their underlining belief of, if I do something for you or you do something for me. It's like with our culture, we've been deprived for so many years, 400 years to be exact. We've been deprived for so many years. Like we naturally feel like, man, if I give you this, I'm gonna be in lack. Yeah. You know, but you're not in lack. You know, and what I realize with other races is they don't look at it from a scarcity type of point of view, from a perspective. Their perspective is always abundance. Like, okay, well, if I give you this, even if I don't get what I need in return right now, eventually it'll come to fruition. Yeah. You know, and a lot of it too is having lack of faith in one of another, because we are Black. We do come from that urban poverty environments and stuff like that. Like usually we all come from unless you grew up in the suburbs, but even then, you know, we wear this uniform. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So whether you grew up in the suburbs or grew up in the hood, you're still gonna endure some type of pain or trauma or something like that. And somewhere in the season, of course, in your life, being Black. Yeah. You know, so it's with the world kind of putting the black culture and the community and all this stuff in a corner, it's only going to hurt us to be against each other when we're already back in the corner, you know, versus us trying to stick, you know, come together and see what opportunities or ideas we can bounce off each other to grow, to get out of the corner, to eventually take a whole side of the room, to eventually taking a room to a building and to expanding whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it starts, man, with just having that faith and belief that, you know, that we can do the same things that all these other people are doing out here, and we're not less fortunate because of how we came up, whether if it's me in Atlanta, Oakland, or wherever you're from, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't look at each other like, oh, this brother don't really know what he's talking about because I know he did this, he did that, you know what I'm saying? Because other cultures, white people, Chinese people, they operate out of a state of love. Like, okay, you know, I trust you. This is love, trust, and stuff like that, you know. But the main solution, man, is giving it all to God, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's where our community, that's where our people, that what we can have. We can use that, you know, God to kind of be the glue and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't really have, being that we got the pride, we don't really have too much we can reference as a culture. Like, oh, such and such did it like this, or these group of people did it like that. We don't really have those examples. So if we don't have those examples, then we don't have that inspiration, you know, necessarily. So, you know, that's why I say pray about it, go to God, you know, understand who you are. And once you understand who you are, you'll know what you'll be able to do for yourself. And once you're able to know what you do for yourself, you'll know how to do for your brothers and sisters. And then once we get a chance to do that, then we'll know what we can do as a race.
Okay. You know, love it. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, man, with all the businesses you have?
In the next 5 to 10 years, man, I see myself on a platform that's on a fruitful platform that's provide opportunity for other people to do better what I did and surpass what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I just always want to be in a place of peace and a place of grace, man. I don't really so much focus on the destination. I focus on the direction. Because the destination you can't change, and that's out of our hands. You know what I'm saying? It's already in the books from the man upstairs of where we all gonna end up. But the directions that we choose to take to get to that destination is all up to us. So in 5 to 10 years, man, I pray to God, man, I'll be in a situation where I'm just able to the things that the seeds that I'm planting now will have manifested and bear fruit to other people. You know, and because it's a lot bigger than me. Once I realize, like, you know, where I'm at right now, I realize when I think in the future, it's a lot bigger than me. So I need this. I don't necessarily need to plant seeds for me right now. I need to be planting seeds for other people, man, and serving. And through serving, you know, in 5 to 10 years, man, I'm sure I'll be served in some sort of type of way. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's from people I work with or from God.
Definitely. So how can the people find you, man? All your music and everything, and your film stuff and everything.
Well, all my social media is on the Listen to Rue. That's listen, the number 2, Rue, LISTEN, the number 2, RU. All my social media, everything, Listen to Rue. My website, listentorue.com. That's where you'll find all my music, my beats, films that I've scored, interviews I've done, all that stuff, everything I'm doing in the community and the environments, things I look forward to doing also.
Cool. Thank you, Rue, for coming through.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Black Soulutions, don't forget to subscribe and visit our website, Black Soulutions Media. We're out.
Thank you.